2 months ago, David Aldred, who for the last few years accomplished many things within the standardbred industry and also horse racing in his province, made the decision that he would be leaving. As for why, we'll let David tell you.
It's really family reasons that I'm going home. All of my family is in Australia, and that's the underlying reason why I've decided to make the move back home. Also, I got a great job opportunity to return to in Australia, so at the end of the day, my decision was simple, that I return. I'm going back to a very big job in South Australia for the harness racing industry, and just decided that the time was now to make the move. A little bit sooner than I expected myself personally. There's a lot of things that I'd like to do in the racing industry here still, but they'll have to wait for another day because right now it's back to Australia. I know the boards were looking to have me at least for another 3 years. You know, they've obviously got a business plan that they're working to, and they know that the tasks that need to be achieved won't happen overnight. They need some time to be achieved. So, you know, they would have liked to see me steer those plans forward, and personally I would have liked to have steered those plans forward.
David brought his position that he had in Australia gave him a lot of management ability, and he brought that to us and showed us, you know, that how to proceed with all these contracts and everything that going. He was the main person negotiating with our committees, which I sat on with him in most of these, and he just gave us a great direction that set us up for the future. And we're going to miss him tremendously because he's our leader.
What were some of the things that you wanted to do?
Well, there's a lot that's been achieved, I think, in a short period of time, and that's just not to the credit of myself. It's also the credit of the stakeholders in the industry here and the board of directors for both boards. We've moved forward with a lot of agreements with the racetrack, with our partner in the industry, the Thoroughbreds, with the Telly Theatre, and just taking the overall industry forward to I guess a higher level. But there's still a long way to go, and I believe that when you start a job, it's good to finish it, and I don't think it's finished yet. There's a fair way to go with the industry here to get it to the level that I would like to see it at, and also what the stakeholders would like to see it at, and a lot of hard work ahead. And I think that's probably the only thing that I leave behind, that I haven't really got it to the level that I'd like to see.
Right now you said things on a better working level between the Thoroughbreds and Standardbred. Were you surprised that it wasn't that way?
A little bit,
that
yeah.
They weren't as tight as they should be? A
little bit. I was surprised that there wasn't, as I say, the following that I expected, because when you look at if you're on the outside looking in, if you're from Australia or another country outside of Canada looking in, and you see the product on the television or read about it in the local magazines, you certainly see a very good product. You see something that, a level that you'd like to aspire to, as far as the way the races are run, as far as the times that the horses are recording on the track, the purse levels in some cases. You see something that you want to aspire to. But when you're actually working in the industry, there's a lot that needs to be done, a lot more that needs to be done to self-promote the product. And for your local audience, the people in British Columbia, to recognise what they have here. They certainly have a good entertainment option, and that's the thing that I think is missing.
What are you most proud of your accomplishments that you achieved here?
I think is just what I always try to do is deliver a positive message and positive outcomes for the industry, and I think I've done that. I think that I've been able to steer the industry in a direction that is now going forward, still with a way to go, but I think it's going forward. I think that the fact that we've got some stability in the industry and the certainty in the industry at the moment, I think is an achievement in itself. There's a lot of things that need to be done. one of the things that is glaringly missing from our structure here is we don't market ourselves enough, and we don't have enough events to attract people who don't normally come to the track. And I think that needs to be done. That needs to be examined closely. How can we take that forward? Certainly the event that we have in the Standardbred industry is Sandown Park, which we've been able to resurrect in the last couple of years. And it's going forward now, Sandown Park as an event. And the people that you get to Sandown Park racing are completely different to the people that you get at Fraser Downs. One is an event customer and the other is purely a wagering customer. So I think we need to attract more of that event market as opposed to building our wagering base. We certainly need to do that, but we need to have another market of people coming along behind the wagering base market.
You were instrumental in what we are calling the size and scope report. Can you briefly tell us how this came about and what is it?
Well, it came about because I convinced both boards of the Standardbred sector and the Thoroughbred sector that we needed to take a good look at ourselves and actually find out exactly where we are right now. So the only way to do that was to do an economic impact study, which gave us the true figures of the industry, the true statistics of the size and the scope of our industry. The best people that I knew to do this study had done studies in Australia and New Zealand successfully, and the outcomes of those studies have been very positive in those countries. And so I put forward a proposal that we should do it here. We now have the results of those studies back, which will be presented to the industry now in February. And the results, they certainly paint a good picture for us. They may not be all positives that we're looking for, but it gives us a good starting point to go forward from here. And I think it was something that needed to be done. We've got a lot of money to spend in this industry, particularly on projects going forward. And it would have been silly to go forward with any projects in this industry without a set of or an analysis of the industry that showed you the true figures.
We're going to miss you.
Yeah, I'm going to miss Canada. I love the place, and I don't regret 1 minute of the experience that I've had here at Fraser Downs or in British Columbia.